Man, the way people talk about defense between eras is getting wild out here. Every week, someone swears the guys today would steamroll the legends, and every week, another former player says the exact opposite. And honestly, after watching some of this old footage again, I get why the arguments get so heated. Before we get into anything, listen to this part right here. This was one of those comments that makes everyone sit up a little straighter because it hits on something players rarely say out loud anymore: how different the game feels depending on who you're guarding and what era you're in. Now, today's All-Star games are practically a vacation. Nobody's trying to get hurt, nobody wants to get embarrassed, and the scoreboard looks like something out of a 2K game on rookie difficulty. You see guys dropping 50 in an exhibition like it's a light workout. Tatum gave us 55 in 2023. Anthony Davis hit 26 shots in one All-Star game. Steph basically reenacted a three-point contest in the middle of a live event. It's all offense, all flash, all highlight reel. But go back a little. Look at the numbers that aren't glamorous, but say a whole lot about the mindset. Rick Barry grabbing 8 steals. Kareem controlling the paint with blocks. Magic dealing out more assists than half the league averages in a regular game. Even the rebound totals look like players were actually battling, not jogging around waiting for the buzzer. And sure, the 2000 All-Star game was high scoring. No one is pretending it was a bloodbath. But you look at the shot distribution and it's different. KG and Tim Duncan led the West with 24 each. Shaq had 22. Nobody was trying to run up 50 on the best players in the world. The scoring was balanced, and the competition felt real. There was pride involved, respect involved. You scored, but you had to work for it. That's where the clip from Cuttino Mobley comes in. He talked about his second year in the league, watching that Western Conference All-Star lineup: Kobe, Shaq, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and Jason Kidd. Then you look at the bench: Gary Payton, David Robinson, Chris Webber, Rasheed Wallace, Michael Finley getting minutes. That was the roster. Just making the team in the West back then felt like a championship. Mobley said he doesn't think any team today could beat that squad. And when you look at the size, the physicality, the experience, it's hard to call him crazy. Those dudes weren't jogging around smiling for the cameras. Rasheed was closing out from one sideline to the other. Gary Payton was barking in your grill. Shaq was doing Shaq things. That team wasn't just star-studded, they were serious. The East was stacked differently. More perimeter firepower. Iverson, Vince, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, Big Dog Glenn Robinson. It wasn't as big, but it was skilled. The whole matchup had a weight to it. You could feel the competitiveness even in the exhibition setting. Now compare that to today's potential best versus best scenario. Ignore East versus West, because that tradition basically evaporated. Let's just build the strongest group right now. Guys ready to compete physically, mentally, and stylistically. You'd probably start with Shea. He's playing at a superstar level now. Then Luka, who might be the most unstoppable offensive engine in the league. At the 3, if Tatum is healthy, you go with him. Size, versatility, scoring, defense. At the 4, no debate, Giannis. And at the 5, Jokic, who might be the strongest offensive mind we've ever seen at that position. That's a nasty lineup. That's a terrifying lineup. But here's the thing Mobley didn't say out loud and nobody wants to talk about. Look at the makeup of that starting 5. Shai, Canada, Luka, Slovenia, Giannis, Greece, Jokic, Serbia. Only Tatum is American. You build the strongest possible modern All-Star Challenge team, and suddenly 4 of your 5 spots are filled by international players. That wasn't the case back then. The lineup Mobley was praising was full of American-born legends. And if you build out the bench right now, same story. More international talent, more global dominance. The league looks different. The power balance looks different. So when former players talk about eras, they're not just talking about who would win. They're talking about identity, pride, the way roles have shifted, and how the game itself has stretched far beyond where it used to live. Anyway, drop your lineup in the comments. Tell me who makes your starting 5 and who you think wins the matchup. The 2000 West Legends or today's Global Avengers squad. And don't forget to like the video, share it around, and hit subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.